and this is Corporal. This is a podcast about recognition and recovery from abuse through corporal punishment, from abuse through domestic violence, from abuse through bullies. I've experienced all three growing up. Between the ages of 5 and 13, I experienced corporal punishment between kindergarten and 8th grade. I experienced big-ass paddles being applied to my ass by teachers because I got a math problem wrong, or because I may have talked out of turn, or I was late, or pretty much whatever they figured they wanted to beat somebody over. And then I had to leave the schools to go home and deal with the bullies in the streets who chased me home because I was smart, because I was articulate, because I did not act like the rest of the people in the ghetto of the east side of Chicago Heights, Illinois. And then I went home to deal with my mother, who just beat me for whatever she felt like beating me for. She was very angry, and I believe she was bipolar. She was never diagnosed because she never went to a doctor for it. But she beat me, she beat my brother, she beat my sister. Then I had to deal with that alone. I never really recognized it, nor have I ever recovered from it. I have been an emotionally screwed up individual for years, and I never really understood what the hell, Didn't everybody grow up, like I did? Didn't everybody grow up at the age of 6 with their mother slashing their father across the face to signal the end of their marriage? And becoming the man of the house at age 6? And being the man of the house meant being in one-way fights with the woman of the house, aka my mother, who just could beat me and knew I wouldn't hit her back. I was not that way. I was a pacifist. Still am. She took advantage of that. Beat me, beat my brother, beat my sister. And I never really had anybody to discuss it with. You just sucked it up and drove on. You just sucked it up and drove on. That's what you were supposed to do when you were growing up. You sucked it up and drove on. And because of that, a lot of kids my age grow up to be really messed up adults my age. A lot of them dying from hypertension, dying from bad diets, dying from stress. My own father died of age 57 from a ruptured ulcer. My uncle died, another uncle died of age 60, another uncle died in the 60s, and my grandfather died in the 60s. And I'm 51. And if I don't come to grips, if I don't recognize and have recovered from what happened to me, I may be sitting on a slab somewhere with a ruptured ulcer, people talking about here lies Kelly Lee Williams, died at age 57. I don't plan on going out like that, and I want to help as many people as I can not go out like that. So let's talk about it. I'd like to hear your story. If you want to send it to me, I'll talk about it anonymously in the podcast. Send me an email at kellywilliamsak@gmail.com. kellywilliamsak@gmail.com. Or text me 702-539-4367 if you need to talk about it. If you're having feelings about suicide, please call 911 immediately, or if you don't feel like 911 is going to do anything, hit me up and we'll talk about it until you don't feel like you're suicidal anymore, because this needs to be done now more than ever. This podcast is coming in 2020. It's called Corporal, and it's about recognition and recovery. I'm looking forward to doing it with you and doing it for you in January 2020.